Okay, back to point here on what we've been talking about in terms of income planning. Interesting articles starting to come out. This one came out just the other day, and it's talking to advisors. And look at the subtitle, "The time-segmented approach and philosophy behind the software as a service will help advisors scale their practices in serving retired clients." In other words, what this article is saying is many advisors don't have a way to service retirement clients because they don't have the software. Here's another article just came out on February 11th, 2021. Retirement income moves from niche, meaning very few people do it, to red hot center for advice. Look at this. Advisors need better ways to optimize retirement income if they hope to hold on to a grayer client base. Remember, we're always talking about 10,000 people turning 65. Folks, this is why everybody all of a sudden is a retirement expert. The financial world knows that if they don't get their act in gear, they're going to miss out on a boatload of people with boatloads of money. Our tech columnist looked at that. Well, all this stuff sounds good. There's some recent software, but what about ours? You see, folks, I realized years ago that when I created the Worry-Free Retirement, we also needed software that did two very important things. Number one, it allowed the client to see what they have and then how they're going to use the money. Really important. You'd be surprised how many people don't know that. But here's the real important part. Number two, it allows us as a firm, a full-service retirement planning firm, to handle any changes that are going to come their way. And I'll show you that in just a second of what I mean. But here's the point, folks. Retirement is not a one-shot deal. You don't just roll your 401k over to an advisor and him or her makes a big commission or charges you a bunch of fees, because if you don't have a game plan, you don't have a plan. You are going to need somebody in the future that can call up that game plan to deal with the changes that are going to come your way. By the way, next week we're going to talk about some actual examples that deal with these changes and how this powerful software I've created can help you meet the changes and be more worry-free about your future. But let's take a quick look at this. Notice how everything is broken down. The top section is based on age, includes everything that's what we call fixed income. So for instance, we see that this gentleman's wages, pensions, Social Security, had some rental income. And if you can imagine, all these sources of income are like buckets. They come out at different times. This is how planning works, folks. You don't plan in a vacuum. You don't get on a retirement calculator on the internet and think you got a retirement plan. Why? Because things will change. And as you can see, we've listed all the different assets. Notice at different ages when this comes out. Derek, if you can advance to the next slide, please. Whoop, look at it. Now all of a sudden the money's starting to flow. Why all of a sudden are we pulling out more and more money in these early ages? Folks, because if you don't spend this money in these ages, mark it down, more than likely you're going to spend a lot less later, meaning you're going to bypass enjoying a lot of this money while you still can. So as you look at this, this is what we offer people. If you don't have anything like this, if you're retired, nearing retirement, maybe you just received a large inheritance, you're trying to figure out what to do with that darn 401k plan, maybe a bunch of money languishing in the bank, and you're thinking, Tony, I feel scattered. I don't have any kind of plan and I don't know what I'm going to do about the future. If you don't have something like this, why not? Let me make this offer to you right now. At TonyWalkerFinancial.com, we are here to serve you. All you got to do, log on to TonyWalkerFinancial.com, click on that Let's Get Started. Let us know how we can help. We can either set up a 10-minute free fiduciary phone call, or we'll be happy to meet you in person at either our Louisville, Bowling Green, or Lexington, Kentucky offices. Do it now, TonyWalkerFinancial.com, or call the toll-free number on your screen.
Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed that video. If you'd like, check out these other clips, and be sure to hit that like button and that subscribe button for more videos.